Hello everybody, PsyStarcraft here with Tips and Tricks, episode number 6, the series where I have all kinds of amazing, usually useless information. So let's get started. First off, we have the Stalker versus Hydrodynamic. Hydras are terrible, right? Well, think again! Stalker versus Hydra. Hydra does have grooved spines. The Stalker has no upgrades whatsoever. Let's see how this goes. It's gonna be close! Oh, and they trade evenly. The Stalker barely getting its last shot off before the Hydra survives, or the Hydra destroys him. But this little Hydra wasn't so lucky. It wasn't given the groove spines upgrade from its broodmother. However, he's still a badass because these two units are going to trade. So Stalkers trade with Hydras, whether they have 6 range or 7 range. So kind of a fun little fact. However, Hydras are slow as balls. They are T2 compared to T1.5. They can't blink, and they're squishy. So they suck. Second tip has to do with being bunkered out by a Terran player. I'm an innocent Zerg player trying to throw down a hatchery. Luckily, I have a well-placed Overlord scouting this bunker, building by the Terran player. What's the best way to attack this SCV? Shift, attack, command, right when you move to the location. But look, the drone's attacking the bunker even though I told him to attack command. He's supposed to attack the SCV, right? No, that's not how this game works. Better way to destroy building bunkers with drones is to right-click on the SCV if possible. Sometimes it'll be blocked, and then spam shift, right click. You're holding shift right now, and that'll cause this little drone to follow the SCV around anywhere, hopefully. And you can see, instead of like stopping and attacking the bunker or moving and attacking these guys, he's gonna follow this SCV around everywhere because they are butt buddies. And down goes that SCV, so you wanna right click on the unit you want to attack, hold shift, and spam right click on it a lot, and that'll really improve your chances of your drone, seeking out that SCV and taking it down. The third trip has to do with, no, not these guys, it has to do with sentries and their force fields. Now, obviously, force fields cannot affect massive units. If you try to force field something, an Ultralisk can just burrow through it. But actually, an Ultralisk doesn't even have to be unburrowed to destroy force fields. That's how badass he is. If you try to force field an Ultra that's burrowed, that force field will not maintain itself. It'll just disappear right away and you'll be so damn confused. Kind of a fun little trick right there with burrowed Ultralisks. And in a similar kind of theme here, we have Zerglings versus supply depots that are lowered. Now, sometimes you will get in with some Zerglings or Banelings against lower supply depots or a Baneling Bust or something like that. And if you happen to have the burrow upgrade, you can burrow on top of a supply depot to prevent it from raising. Obviously, it can't raise with a unit on top of it, but if you burrow, you can't even see that Zergling as the Terran player, and you still can't lift it up. Now, if you're intelligent, you're going to assume, okay, there's a Zergling on top of me, but you never know, man. Those Terran players, they can surprise you. Kind of a fun little trick right there. Now, the next trick is almost never going to be used, but I thought it was pretty damn awesome. Let's assume it's Protoss versus Terran, and the Terran's getting ghosts. Not too outlandish, am I correct? And the Ghost just happens to have a nuke in his storage, and he's going to be cloaking and destroying this expansion as best he can. Now, most Terran players, when they nuke, they're going to nuke from mass range, so they're going to be nuking at this distance. So let's try that. Let's nuke the Protoss base. And the Protoss, unfortunately, can't see this Ghost, but he kind of knows where it is. So what's he going to do? He's just going to force field that Ghost, push him away. Oh look, the Ghost is no longer in range of his nuke, and so it cancels the nuke. If you force field a Ghost nuking and push him away out of the max range of his nuke, it cancels the nuke. What can force fields not do? I mean, seriously, it's so retarded. So retarded. Ugh. Next has to do with Zerg versus Terran. Early Overlord scouts like to place themselves around the rocks, around little ledges and stuff like that, but the Zerg players aren't always watching them, and you want to take advantage of that. These two Marines, if they were to just naturally auto-attack this Overlord, it'd be able to float over to the edge and be safe. But you can catch a Zerg off guard and get a few extra shots if you run to the opposite side of the Overlord and attack it. This will cause the Overlord to float in the direction that you're attacking it in. So the bullets are going this way, so he's going to run that way. And it gives you a few extra attacks. Usually the Zerg will respawn and float it back this way, but a lot of times those few extra attacks is what you need to finish off that Overlord. So fun little fact right there for you Terran players. Next we have a researching tech lab versus a bunch of roaches or any units, really. A lot of people are like, oh my god, you didn't cancel your research, you're gonna lose so much money, oh my goodness. But if you look at the money right here, this research costs 100, 100. When it's destroyed, I'm gonna go up to 377, 677. You don't lose money for researches that are destroyed, whatever. Look at that, I got all my money back. Do not worry about spamming cancel on an upgrading evolution chamber when it's getting sniped by marauders or anything like that. It does not matter, people. Next little fact has to do with Zerglings and the number it takes to surround Nexi. It takes 22 to 24 Zerglings, sometimes even 21, to surround a Nexus. It all depends on the AI. If I just right-click a bunch of Zerglings on this Nexus, I've got 24 of them. Let's see how many of them actually surround it. We are seeing 2 Zerglings bouncing around, so in this case, it is 22 to surround a Nexus, but it changes every time because sometimes Zerglings want to make way for their friends. Now this time we see 23, 24, all 24 Zerglings on this Nexus. So there you have it, 22 to 24, maybe even 25 depending on how they space themselves. Let's see how they do this time. And once again, oh, it looks like it's going to be 23 this time around, so we will go from 22 to 24 to 23. Let's try it on this Nexus. It's got 24. Looks like we got 22 again. So 22 to 25. I think if I were to try to micro these links as best I could to get, you know, as much surface area as I could, I might be able to get 26 or 27. But no one's going to do that. You're not going to have a surround and be like, oh, I'm going to move these 2 little links and stick another one in there. No, you're not going to do that. So you need about 24 links to get a full surround on the Nexus. Good to know when you're going for those little skirmishes. And 23 that time. Next we have Ultralisk versus many Lings. It's been tested before. It takes about 415 Lings to kill a fully upgraded Ultralisk. That's with chitinous plating and everything. Let's observe this awesomeness in action. There is about 450 Lings here, so the Ultralisk should be destroyed with about 20 Lings or so left. We shall find out. He's got that 6 armor, so he's taking a half a damage a shot from every single Ling. He's 2-shotting all the Lings. Of course, the splash damage is doing a tremendous amount of damage. And these poor little Lings just, they got their work cut out for them, don't they? All of them so weak right now. Ultra's nearing 300 kills with about 33% of its life left. Now falling below that 100 mark. He's almost reached 415 kills. Is he gonna get there? Yes, he is! The Zerglings are running out, and he's now at 426. So there you have it. The reason he's a little bit higher is because I ran out of Zerglings to get a full surround on him with. But one Ultralisk with full upgrades destroying over 400 Lings. That's pretty crazy. Alright, what do we have left here? We've got one more awesome demonstration. Now, this is the most important demonstration, so I hope you watch until the end. Here we have a simple muta-on-muta battle. Their formations look similar. I mean, the thing about Zerg versus Zerg battles is they happen so fast that they're not really worth microing, and one side can just randomly come out so far ahead of the other. But we've got an equal muta battle here. This is just going to be my baseline for you guys to show you just kind of what happens in a normal battle. One side is obviously going to win, but it's going to be close. It's going to be close. As we can see here, this is about as close as muta-on-muta battles get, so I'm pretty happy with this result. 3 mutas surviving, but with the combined, like, 5 or 6 shots worth of life left, so that's even mutas. However, if you supplement your mutas with Zerglings, you know, just like 10 or 15 Zerglings, you can actually win a battle of equal mutas. Equal mutas. You can see that here. And that's because Zerglings will absorb splash damage from your opponents. You want to sit your Zerglings under your own mutalisks, and look at how much damage these Zerglings are absorbing. It's almost easy to tell that the red side is going to just destroy this blue side force. Lots of Zerglings just eating up tons of little pellets because they love those pellets so much. Now look at the difference. Compare this with this. That's amazing, and that's all because there's just a couple Zerglings down there soaking up damage. It all just freaking snowballs, and it's awesome. One more example. Once again, we got some mutas and some Lings. And this time, the left side has one more muta than the right side. One more muta. That's a big difference in muta on muta. But the right side has more lings, so let's send these forces at each other. And once the right side destroys the red side's lings, he's going to camp his lings under his mutas. And now let's see what happens. Even though the blue team had one less muta, let's see what happens in this muta on muta battle, because these Zerglings are indirectly supporting the blue team mutas. This battle is close despite the blue team being down one muta, and the blue team is actually going to win because the Zerglings is supporting. It's actually a beautiful relationship, the mutas and the lings, man. Like, the lings aren't actually attacking the mutas, but they're still supporting their friendly mutas, and it's just amazing, amazing, beautiful thing. And that's it, you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. You can always email me tips and tricks to my email. I'll have that in the description. And also send me suggestions for tips and tricks on Facebook. Hope you guys enjoyed this and learned a little bit about StarCraft 2. That's going to be it for me, and I am out. Bloopers! Hello everybody, I'm PsyStarcraft, and welcome back to Tips and Tricks, episode number 6. The amazing series with all kinds of useful information. Definitely, you're all... oh, fuck. God... fuck! What that's gonna do is allow him to follow the SCV more consistently. Oh god. Well, it works most of the time. Follow the SCV more consistently. Even when he's bouncing around, the drone won't get sidetracked. It won't be attacking the bunker or anything like that. I promise it's a thing. So if you can't click on it, just press the attack command. And see what I mean? Like, sometimes the drone's just really stupid and won't attack the SCV. So you gotta right click on the SCV. Oh, this is fucking going in the bloopers. God damn it.